Sandra stood in front of a cracked mirror in her tiny one-room home. Her eyes traced her slim frame, and her lips twisted in disappointment. Behind her, little Amma slept on a mat, breathing softly. She whispered to herself, "One day, I will look like those women online." The nights were long, and Sandra often scrolled endlessly on her old smartphone. Every swipe revealed women with perfect curves, luxury cars, and designer clothes. When Amma stared and cried for food, Sandra hissed in frustration, "Sleep, Amma, let me dream." But morning came with empty plates. Sandra fetched water, cooked plain porridge, and watched Amma eat slowly. Her own stomach rumbled, yet she forced a smile to comfort her child. At the market later, her ears caught whispers among the women. "Adwa sold her baby. Now she's living fine in the city with curves that shake the ground." Sandra froze. Her heart pounded at the thought. The ridicule followed her home. Her neighbor sneered, "Sandra, you will never find a man with that body. Look at you, so plain." That insult burned deep. That night, Sandra stared at her reflection again and whispered, "I will change." But Amma's innocence made her heart heavy. Tugging at her mother's wrapper, the little girl asked, "Mama, why don't we eat meat like others?" Sandra forced a smile, hiding her tears. "One day, my child, one day." It was then she began to hear of Kwame Black, the man who could make problems disappear. One evening, Sandra gathered courage and went to him. His eyes were cold as he asked, "You sure? This road, no turning back." That night, sleep did not come. She hugged Amma tightly, tears wetting the girl's hair. Amma whispered softly, "Mama, don't cry." But the next day changed everything. Sandra returned to Kwame. He placed bundles of money before her while men stood waiting. Sandra looked at Amma, innocent, trusting, then turned away as her daughter screamed. She left the village after, boarding a rickety bus. Refusing to look back, she whispered, "Forgive me, Amma. I will live a better life." In the city, Sandra found a cheap clinic. She handed over the cash and lay on the cold bed. As anesthesia dragged her into darkness, she whispered, "Goodbye, old life." Weeks later, the bandages came off. Sandra stared in awe at her curvy reflection. For the first time, she smiled with pride. She posted photos online, and likes poured in. Men flooded her inbox. Invitations to clubs and lounges followed. And Sandra tasted the sweet life. Soon, she became the queen of the night. Entering nightclubs in style, men showered her with drinks while women whispered in envy. She felt like a goddess, but her joy was short-lived. That very night, she heard a faint child's cry, "Mama, Mama." Sandra froze, then laughed nervously. "It's just in my head." The hunting grew. At photo shoots, she heard a cry. In clubs, she felt tiny hands tugging at her dress. Men noticed her strange behavior. At night, Sandra dreamed of Amma, bloody, crying. She woke up screaming, while neighbors whispered she was losing her mind. Then came her wrath. Her new body betrayed her. Infection spread. The once perfect curves became swollen, rotten flesh. The men left. The sponsors vanished. And finally, Amma's ghost appeared, pale, bleeding tears. She whispered, "Mama, you sold me." Sandra fell to her knees, screaming for forgiveness. From then on, she wandered the street, barefooted, muttering to herself. People mocked. The city queen has gone mad. Her fame was gone. Only shame remained. One last night, the ghost stood over her bed. Amma's voice shook the walls. "Mama!" Sandra's screams echoed until silence followed her. Days later, neighbors noticed the stench. They broke her door to find her rotten body on the floor, her phone glowing with old pictures of her fake smile. She was buried quickly. No one mourned. Villagers whispered. She sold her child for beauty, and beauty killed her. But the story did not end. That night, children swore they heard Amma's cries in the wind. Her spirit was restless, searching for the mother who betrayed her.